Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful tools for finding wisdom. And the best part? It doesn't require a special book or a fancy teacher. It just requires you. We're talking about the ancient practice of self-reflection.
But first, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just going through the motions? You're busy, you're running around, things are getting done, but at the end of the day, you feel a little empty. Like you're living on autopilot, just reacting to everything the world throws at you instead of truly living.
It's a super easy trap to fall into, right? Our world is just a constant stream of notifications, demands, and distractions. But here's the thing. A long line of brilliant thinkers would say that real wisdom isn't found out there in all that noise. It's found in the silence, when we actually give ourselves a chance to think.
So, what is this practice really? Let's get right into what self-reflection actually means. You can think of it as starting a conversation, but this one is with yourself.
The word reflection literally means to bend back. Think about that for a second. Instead of our minds always facing outward, taking everything in, reflection is the act of bending that focus back onto itself. It's the simple but incredibly powerful act of just pausing to ask, wait a minute, what do I really think about this? And why?
This is such a great way to frame it. It's a dialogue. See, normally when we talk to other people, they're the ones challenging our assumptions. But in reflection, you become the one asking the tough questions. You're the one poking holes in your own beliefs. And that right there, that's the magic moment, when raw information starts to become real, personal wisdom.
And listen, this isn't some new self-help trend. Not at all. This is an ancient path, a tool that's been used by some of history's greatest minds for, well, thousands of years. Let's trace that lineage a bit.
I mean, this practice goes way, way back. It really kicks off in ancient Greece with Plato, who argued that truth isn't something you go out and find, but something you recall from within yourself. Fast forward a few centuries, and you've got the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius actually doing it, writing his private thoughts in what we now call his meditations. And that tradition just kept going, carried on by thinkers like Augustine, who turned that same inward gaze toward understanding the human soul itself.
And this idea, inspired by Plato, is really the heart of it all. Just think about what a radical shift this is. Instead of searching endlessly for answers out in the world, it suggests that the most important truths, they're already inside you. They're just waiting for you to get quiet, to think, and to finally listen.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why, but now for the big one. How do you actually do it? Let's get into a practical toolkit you can start using pretty much immediately. And look, it doesn't have to be some big, complicated ritual. You could start journaling, just getting your thoughts out of your head and onto a page. Or you could try meditation, learning to just observe your thoughts without getting swept away by them. You could also be more direct with some critical self-examination, really asking why you believe what you believe, or even a simple moral reflection at the end of the day, just asking, did I act with integrity today?
So, what does this look like in real life? Okay, imagine you get into an argument with a friend. The autopilot response, right, is to just blame them. But the reflective response is to pause later on and ask yourself, why did I react like that? Was I actually being fair, or was I just being defensive? What can I learn from this whole thing?
And that's really what it boils down to. It's a choice. Do we repeat the same mistakes over and over, or do we learn from them? That's the huge difference reflection makes. It is, quite literally, the engine of personal growth.
But, and this is a big but, like any powerful tool, it has to be used correctly. This is not about getting lost in endless navel-gazing. So let's look at both the incredible strengths and the potential dangers, so we can find the right balance.
Okay, so the power is massive. You get personal growth, you get moral clarity, you build resilience. But if you take it too far, reflection definitely has its pitfalls. It can lead to what's called analysis paralysis, where you think so much that you never actually do anything. It can definitely fuel anxiety and self-obsession, or even worse, trap you in your own head, constantly replaying the past and totally missing out on the joy of the present. The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard just captured this balance perfectly. He said, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. See? Reflection is that backward glance. It's not meant to make you live in the past. It's meant to give you the wisdom to live forward, but better.
So let's bring this all back to where we started. Why is this ancient practice more important right now in our crazy modern world than maybe ever before? Well, it's all about switching off that autopilot.
I mean, our world has never been faster or louder. Things like social media and just the pressure to always be busy leave almost no room for silence. And without that silence, without carving out time to reflect, we risk living that unexamined life Socrates warned us about. All activity, no purpose. But here's the good news. You don't need to go on some week-long silent retreat. A few intentional minutes a day, that's really all it takes to get started.
And that brings us to one final question, one for you to reflect on. Take a look at your own life, your schedule, your habits. How can you take what we've talked about today and begin to turn your own daily activity into a truly purposeful life? The answer, as we've seen, is probably already waiting inside.